Hey guys, it's me King Diablo, and in today's video I'll show you the class balance patch for Korea server. So firstly, let's start with Mystic class buff. So firstly, the passive skill for Mystic class has been buffed, and now if you use any skill, then the cooldown duration for evasion skill and this skill will be reduced by 0.5 seconds. Also, the succession scale for Mystic class has also been changed. So firstly, the Rage Hammer succession scale for Mystic class now does not have super armor, and its PvE damage has increased. Also, it now creates a continuous damage area of effect once you use the skill. And the other succession scale for Mystic class has now been replaced by a new one, which is this one. And evasion skill, knee hammer skill and few other skills for Mystic class can now be linked with this new succession skill. Now let's see grandmaster class buff. So this is the first buff scale for striker class. The range increase flow of the scale has now been applied by default, and instead a new flow has been added. This new flow lets you switch the super armor of the scale into forward guard by turning the flow on, and when the flow is off, it lets you switch to super armor. Also, after using this scale, you can now link it to the health sweep, collapsing sweep and the fiery plume skill. These buffs are also applied for this succession scale for yacha class. This is the second buff scale for yacha class. This scale now does not consume mana points. So this is the third buff scale for striker class. So when the additional attack flow of the scale is active, after using this scale you can link the fiery plume skill. Also, when the additional attack flow of the skill is active, this skill can be used more quickly after using the first hit of gale force and shoulder thrust and hell sweep skills, and after using all the hits of the full force skill, and also after using the spiral cannon skill. These buffs are also applied for this succession scale for yacha class. This is the fourth buff scale for striker class. After using the first hit of the skill, it can be linked to the spiral cannon skill. Also, it now links more quickly to the collapsing sweep skill. This is the fifth buff scale for striker class. After using this skill, it can be linked to the health sweep and energy vacuum skills. Lastly, the passive skill for striker class has also been buffed. So now if you use any skill, it will recover the cooldown time for the spiral cannon and evasion skill by 0.5 seconds. Also, the succession scale for striker class has also been changed. So currently striker has collapsing sweep and fiery plume skills as his succession skills. Now let's see yacha class buffs. This is the first buff scale for yacha class. After using this skill, you can now link it to the fiery plume skill. This is the second buff scale for yacha class. The movement distance of the scale has increased, and after using this skill, you can now link it to the feral race skill. These buffs are also applied for this succession skill for striker class. Lastly, the passive skill for Yacha class has also been buffed. So now if you use any skill, it reduces the cooldown for Spirit Burst and Evasion skill by 0.5 seconds. Now let's see Kunoichi class buff. So the passive skill for Kunoichi class has been buffed. So now when you use these two skills currently equipped on screen, and even if it's not the last state of these two skills, the passive skill effect will be activated if the hit is successful and no additional attack is cast. So that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. And if you want to further support the channel, you can donate to my PayPal account. PayPal link is in the description below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.